Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. If you're not a Chelsea fan, you're doing very well today. Tottenham, hate to say it, congrats, well done, you got 3 points, deserved. And as for the situation, let's just get straight to it. There's no point micro-analysing the game today, there's no need, because we've gone beyond that. I hope now you understand as to why I have to feel like I come on here and not lie to you, and in my preview when I have to give a prediction, I tell you I think we're going to lose. Like, you think I want to come on and do that. I don't want to come on and do that. But I'm not going to insult anyone's intelligence, and I'm not going to try and come up with a fake scoreline or a fake optimism when it's so clear as day, it's in front of you. But I feel like there's been many people that have had blind blinkers in front of their eyes, and now finally it's starting to move away, and people are starting to realize and see exactly what I feel like I've seen for a little while now, that this job is too big for Graham Potter, and this cannot continue. It cannot continue, man. This needs to end. Todd BOEHLY was there today. The thing that he needs to do is to go from that top tier where he was next to Daniel Levy, come downstairs, head to the dressing room, knock on the door. Graham, can I speak to you outside, please? Yeah, sure, no problem. Come outside. Listen, here's your P45. Thank you very much, but we're going to have to move on without you. I wish you the best in your future endeavors, just like Vince McMahon tells his WWE employees when he decides to fire them without even seeing them. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. That is what he needs to do. Please go back in and tell everyone your goodbyes, because you're probably not even getting on the team bus back to Cobham. That is what needs to happen. This cannot go on. This cannot go on. This performance was expected. This is where it's got to now. This was expected. This result was something that we all knew was coming. You didn't need to be Einstein or a magician to work out that this was the performance we were going to get. You know, we can hope that players are going to rock up for a derby, Spurs, Chelsea, really going for it. But you could see, even at moments where Spurs were rattling some of our players and provoking some of our players, reaction was either too much or too little. No in between trying to match them, no in between trying to, get the upper hand, but show them we're here and we're sane here. Don't worry about it. You better not play your games. There was none of that today. But this goes back to the point of knowing exactly what was going to happen. I don't want to come on here and tell you guys, to the point where people are like, oh, look, and now you're just being toxic now, you're just being negative for the fun of it. I'm not. I'm genuinely not. And it pains me to come on here and not talk about Chelsea in the way that I want to talk about them. You think that's nice for me? You think that's nice for anyone else? You think it doesn't hurt? You think what's happening now is fun? You think we're enjoying that? Even this right now makes my blood boil. If I was in that dressing room right now, I swear I would be moving walls. But we don't have that power. I can only come on here and tell you what I feel like is going on and the way that I see it. But I'm not going to lie to you. That is what I feel we don't have. We don't have any of that leadership. There's nothing to show that this is moving forward. And then I make a point genuinely about that I've noticed from time ago, and I get told I'm making things up. I'm not going to accept that. And I hope that it's very clear to everyone now watching exactly what I've meant for some time now. And this isn't about me. I'm talking about, I don't want Chelsea to play and be like this. Some people genuinely think that when myself or others come on and we speak like this, that, it's because we're enjoying it. I hate this. We hate this. We want Chelsea to be successful. We want Chelsea to be at a level where they should be. This is why I keep telling you, I want to see a progression. I'm not expecting Chelsea to rock up and win every week. I've said that countless times. I feel like an answering machine. I'm not expecting that. What I am expecting is some sort of progression. Let's talk about today. Yeah? Let's talk about how many sessions did we have off then? Was it 2 or was it 3? How many days off in the week that just went by did we have off? 2, wasn't it? We had Sunday off and we had Monday off. And then we had Wednesday where, I don't know, we must have had half a session, or the lad showed up to the gym, or I don't know what happened, but we decided to not have a full training session because we wanted to protect others, right? So that's the week we've had. Right, we come off that. We've had players rested for the game against Southampton that have come back today, that were available for today, not even come back today, that were available for today. We have all that preparation, an entire week, 7 days. We went from Saturday to Sunday, not Saturday to Saturday. We had an extra day because we played on Sunday and last week we played on Saturday. We have all that time to prepare. And then we get the lineup that we got today and we get this performance. And people still want to back this process. I'm sorry, but in my eyes, that's... I don't have the words. I don't have the words. I don't want to even say it's delusional. It goes beyond that at this point, in my opinion. All of that time to prepare, all of those circumstances, having players back, everything is now moving in your favour in terms of the circumstances. And this is what we get as a response for the game against Southampton. This is shocking. Absolutely shocking. And the lineup in itself was where I knew, this is gonna go really badly. And I tweeted it, and you can go link in the description right now to my Twitter. You can head to what I said at the start of before the start of the game when the lineup came out. What is it that I said? If this backfires, holy you know what. Why did I say that? Because you never know in football in terms of something going your way. You might end up getting lucky, you pick up the 3 points out of nowhere, even if the game was stinky. But that was such a risky selection. If this backfires, this is going to be on Graham Potter. How in the blue hell do you decide to not play BOEHLY in the centre-back role today? How does that happen? Tell me, how does that happen? On what planet do you decide to have Thiago Silva and BOEHLY available? Fofana's just come back, fair enough. Koulibaly's there, we know what he's like. You decide in a derby day against Spurs to rest or to not play one of your most consistent defenders. You play Thiago Silva and you put Koulibaly next to him. That is equivalent, and I said this on George's channel prior to the game kicking off when he was live on his channel. I said that's like John Terry, Carvalho being available, and then we get to Spurs and I decide to drop Carvalho and play Robert Huth. I've not got anything against Robert Huth in particular. I've got everything against why Ricardo Carvalho has not been selected. It's bonkers. Today, BOEHLY not selected. It's insanity. In midfield, we get Loftus-Cheek pairing up with Enzo Fernandez instead of actually providing the balance in midfield that we need in order to give some sort of license for Enzo to move forward, which he can't. In Zakaria, we decide no, Zakaria's not going to play. Aubameyang, we decide to go with Kai Havertz. Yeah, because he's a very clinical goal scorer, Kai Havertz, isn't he? He's fantastic when you give him the ball, putting it top bins, bottom bins, all sorts of bins. He's hitting all sorts of bins, right? Even a flying bin. Throw a bin in the air, he'll still put it in. What is going on? What is going on? We were all screaming for the fact that Aubameyang needed to be given an opportunity. He's available. He's been training well. All sorts. We need goals. Play him. He's never played. He's never played with Felix. He's never played with Enzo. He's never played with Mudryk, and he came on later, didn't he? But we'll get to that. Not done. All of those circumstances. We've not even tried to see if Aubameyang would be able to have it a little easier in that role or give him an opportunity to see if he does score with those new players around him. No. Instead, what happens? We go 1-0 down after coming out for the second half, as usual. We come out for the second half and it's like everyone's come out asleep. You know, if that's not a common trend now and people haven't realised that, I don't know what's going on. I'm genuinely curious as to what Graham Potter does at half-time. He must genuinely put on some sort of, tantric music and everyone just gets hypnotised or starts falling asleep and then he goes, okay, boys, it's now time to go out for the second half. Go out, lads, and good luck. And everyone's like, yeah, half asleep or something. That's what it looks like. Every single time we come out for a second half, it looks like they've been put on something. I don't know if we're sticking doses of morphine into their drinks or something. They're drinking at half time and there's morphine in there that's knocking them out. I don't know. But that's how it looks like. Every time we don't react. We come out worse. How does that happen? And then we go 2-0 down. And then he decides to bring on Aubameyang. Tottenham 1-0 up. Just to show you that this is, if this isn't evidence, I don't know what is. Tottenham are 1-0 up. They decide to bring on Heung-min Son. Son comes on 1-0 up and there's no reaction from our bench. We're 1-0 down with 10 minutes remaining and there's no reaction from the bench after having seen Son come on and they're 1-0 up. As soon as we go 2-0 down, then he brings on Aubameyang, then he brings on Mudryk. Now, you know what, Graham? Maybe you should have come on and gone up front. Just like I put this on Twitter as well. Maybe Graham Potter should go up front. You try it instead. I don't know, because at that point, look, you're bringing Aubameyang on and Mudryk to come on. You might as well come on and do it yourself at this point, because this is getting ridiculous. 2-0 down, and then you decide to bring Aubameyang. What the hell is he going to do now you're 2-0 down? The whole thing is insanity. And then afterwards, he comes out and he says, the game was even. The boys gave everything. Yeah, the boys gave everything. The boys, he's saying, he did say, you gotta be honest. He had to come out and say today that it's my responsibility. When the results are not going well, of course, it's down to me and whatnot. Fair enough. And then he turned down and said, yeah, the boys gave everything. Don't insult our intelligence, please. It's not a fact of the boys not giving everything just for the sake of not giving everything. We know they're not giving everything because you're making it look like that this is okay. For you, in your eyes, they're giving everything. They're not giving everything. They're not giving everything. You think that they're giving everything. We can all see that they're not giving everything. You may think, and even they may think, that they're giving everything, but they have so much more in the tank that you're just not able to get out of them. You're just not. That is it. That is it. And it's come down to that point that I think many people are starting to realise now. It's evident. It's clear as day. It's okay for relationships to be okay. I go into work and I like the manager. But if I don't feel any pressure, am I going to be given 100% every single time? Unless if I'm the absolute ultra professional that is on some next level motivation, that I'm always just giving every single little thing that I have. That's just not realistic. But the problem is, this is deemed as acceptable. These results are being deemed as acceptable. The mannerisms, maybe not in the words he comes out after a game and says, the result's not good enough, but what he does during a game, away from a game, on the touchline, at training, all sorts, makes it seem like his body language makes it look like everything is acceptable. It's not. It's not. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting so bad. It's insane. It's insanity. Absolute insanity. And now we're at a point where he needs to go tonight. At best, give him till tomorrow morning. Give him till tomorrow morning. We haven't got a game for a week now, have we? So, might as well give him till tomorrow morning. Give him till tomorrow morning. I wouldn't. As I've said already, Todd BOEHLY needs to go downstairs and tell him, you're not even getting on the team bus, mate. Here's your P45. Thank you very much. I wish you the best. But if you want to leave it till tomorrow morning, we'll leave it till tomorrow morning. There is absolutely no reason why he should be in charge for Leeds. There's absolutely no reason. You want to salvage something, and not even for the sake of just salvaging something for the season, because the season's already a write-off. But the Champions League game is coming up. You think he should be in charge for that second leg. I guarantee you, we get an interim in for the rest of the season because we need to get someone in properly that's actually going to take the club forward, and that might take a little bit of time to work out. So get an interim for the rest of the season. But I bet you, we come out with a better a better performance. We come out with a better attitude. We come out with a better vibe all overall from everyone involved in that second leg at the Bridge against Dortmund whilst we're 1-0 down. I guarantee you, if Potter's not there, we actually probably get to the quarter-final. Quite straightforward as well. The talent is there. The talent is there. It's absolutely incredible how we've reached this point. How it's gotten this bad. How it's been allowed to get to this point. And for people that are just like, oh no, but it's fine. We just got to ride along with it. It's okay. All right, then I'll see you in the Championship. I'll genuinely see you in the Championship. This is relegation now. We're talking relegation form. People genuinely think this is going to get better. It's not. It's not. It's clear and it's obvious it's not going to get better like this. It's just not. And today was evident, as I've said, from the very beginning, with all of the circumstances leading up to this game, with the lineup and what he decided to start with, and during the game and the way it all went down. It's obvious. It's obvious. Graham Potter absolutely blew it. Absolutely blew it, and it's on him. But this cannot continue. It cannot continue. Simple as that. Unbelievable today, honestly. I'm not even shocked. As I said, I'm not shocked, but it's painful to be able to see this, and it's almost like nothing's being done about it. And it's like, okay, well, flipping now, when is something actually going to be done about it? I'm looking at the time. This is getting stupid now. Because let me put this out there. If there is no action taken, and then we keep going on like this is on Todd BOEHLY and BOEHLY and the new owners. At that point, I'm looking at you. I'm not even looking at Graham Potter, because we figured him out now. We figured what Graham Potter is as a manager and what he brings as a coach, and the way that he is unable to get the best out of this Chelsea team. He can't. He's incompetent in the role. He can't do it, right? But if you're choosing actively to keep him in this role, I'm no longer even looking at Graham Potter. I'm now looking at you. You're allowing this to happen. Pull the trigger. Todd BOEHLY, please. You would get so much respect by everyone, by the entire fan base, before an actual civil war kicks off amongst the fan base. Even though now I think that's calming down. I think after today, everyone's actually realised, you know what? Maybe everyone's on the same page. It can't continue. But if this is allowed to continue, it's going to be on Todd BOEHLY and the owners. Please, 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 for the sake of the club, for the sake of the way that we are moving, people genuinely think if we allow this to go on, it's going to get better eventually. That's not how it works. You want to see signs that it's getting better, and then allow the process to work out on an upward trajectory. With Todd BOEHLY and everyone in charge, if you want the respect, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Admit that your hire was wrong. Admit that what you decided was wrong. I thought it would work. It hasn't. I'm sorry. This can't continue. We need to uphold the standard. We need to save the situation. We are going to ask you to leave. If you honestly done that, I bet you not. 99.999% of the Chelsea fan base would be looking and going, fantastic. I respect that. Good decision. It's okay to be wrong in a decision like this, especially as a new owner or new owners in a sport that they've not gone into before. It's absolutely fine. It can happen. But you cannot just ride on blind faith that this is going to get better just because it's going to get better. We now have no evidence how it's going to get better, but it's just going to get better because we say it. That's not how it works. The world doesn't run on pure affirmation and manifestation. You actually have to go and make things happen. You don't just get lucky. You make your own luck. This is not going to work. It's clear as day it's not going to work. So please, Todd BOEHLY and everyone, pull the trigger now. Pull it now, and then get an interim. We can work out exactly who we're going to bring in for, when it gets to the summer or whatever. Probably best for the summer because there's more available. There's a better chance of getting managers out of their contracts if we have to go after someone that's actually already working, whatever. But we can make that decision and we have time to think about it. But for now, bring in an interim that can actually just save the situation for the rest of the season. Just something. Because we are still in the Champions League. And it would be criminal to allow Graham Potter to still be in charge for that Dortmund game. Leeds game, let alone the Dortmund game. Today proved that it should end today. It should end today. And if that's not clear, then nothing will be. Nothing will be. So let's wait and see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below on today, on everything. What's it now? 2 wins in 17 or 16? Or I've lost count. This is how bad it's got. I've lost count. I think we've scored 4 goals in... I've lost count. All the stats have left me. I don't know. We don't score, we don't win anymore. That's it. We don't even draw anymore. Well, at least we were drawing before. We don't even draw now. We just lose. So, honestly, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Again, let me know down below how you see it all going. And, yeah. To sum it up, we had circumstances, injuries, red cards, no new signings, whatever. Then, we address that. We get players back. There's no red cards anymore. We get new players. Players are starting to come back properly. And then we even rest players. And then we even give days off when they don't deserve it. And then we even give more days off when they don't deserve it. We don't even have full training sessions because we're just scared about players getting injured. And then we get to a lineup where players are available. We don't play them. We decide to bring players on when the game is done, and those players that could have made an influence no longer can make that influence. Mudryk coming on with 10 minutes to go alongside Aubameyang as well, pretty much says it all. And then afterwards we get, the lads gave everything. If that's good enough for you, then I'm sorry, there's no standard there whatsoever. And I hope from today it's clear to everybody that it's not something I enjoy to come on and tell people how bad the situation actually is. I love this club. I want the best for us. I want us to be where I know we can be. If I knew we genuinely cannot reach that level, I would tell you guys, look, we're not good enough. Simple as that. We're just not good enough. We're going to have to wait to get better quality in. Trust me, this team is more than good enough. It's more than good enough. I'm not accepting this. It's as simple as that. So I hope that's got through to a lot of people today. And let's wait and see what happens. Let me know down below your thoughts on everything that I've said. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And I will see all of you very, very soon. Tomorrow you'll be getting a new video. Keep your eyes out for Tuesday. There will be another collab with Mr. George Benson, GBFC, on this channel as well as on his channel. So make sure you are subscribed to him as well. There's a regular feature that we're going to be kicking off as we've already started. So make sure you keep your eyes for that. And I will see all of you later on. Have a good one, people. See you then. Take care and peace.